Hello and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Tuesday the 26th of March 2024 and it's 9:55 in the morning, and we're going to do the selections from Dundalk at tonight's meeting. 8 races there from 5 o'clock to 8:30. I've not done any Irish racing up until now, and hopefully we can move forward with all the meetings and get those in as well, because people have been asking me for Irish racing. So let's start with the 5 o'clock at Dundalk tonight. And already there are 2 non-runners in the first. That's Minella Butterfly and Tipsy Scholars. And weirdly, these were my bottom 2 selections, so I didn't have to worry about them because I wouldn't have been betting on those. So that leaves us 8. And my top selection for this race is Not for a Long Time. So we'll go into Matchbook, into that first race. Don't forget, the over round figures are not going to be good for tonight's racing at the moment. You'll need to come back here and bet later in the day. And Not for a Long Time is actually trading as favourite at 3.75. And stakes of £26.67 would return £100. Our second selection is Mickdard, and Mickdard is the second favourite, and that, well, it's not actually, that one's 4. They're not in order at the moment, but that trades at 7.6. It means we would need stakes of £13.16 to return £100. And our 2 combined means we've got £10.18 left to stake. And our third selection is Gobi Star. And Gobi Star was the one that should have been in that place. So Gobi Star, this trades at 4. We don't have £25 left, as we know. So we've got £10.18 to stake on our third selection. And then that will be all £50 laid out. So Gobi Star, our third selection there, £10.18, times this by 4, and that would return £40.72. So we would be losing a tenner, but it is our third selection. We've got 2 running for us, Not for a Long Time and Mickdard. One of those would return £100. Into the second race at Dundalk from 8 is the 5:30. Needs to update itself here a little bit. So I don't like looking at the full card. Right, the 5:30 here, where 14 go to post, and the non-runners are going to be the 3 reserves by looking at it. It hasn't been confirmed that yet. But I have got, when we go into this race, I have got the reserves in this race are not very good anyway. They're right down the bottom. So we'll start with my selection at the top there. I've got Nazra. So into Matchbook, they may have a little bit more of an update on that when we look. And at the moment, they have got the reserves in the betting. So that's what we'll do for now as well. Right, so Nazra, our top selection, this is currently trading at 11.5, and stakes of £8.70 would return us £100. Gains of War is our second selection, and this is currently trading at 13.5. Stakes of £7.41 would return £100. And our third selection, Honky Tonk Angel, and this is, that's currently trading at 26. Stakes of £3.85 would return £100. And our fourth selection there is Clever Currency. Clever Currency, this is top of the pile, 5.8, and stakes of £17.24 will return us £100. And so far we've laid out 37.19, we've got 12.81 to stake. Our fifth selection will be Enquire Within, and Enquire Within, that's currently 27, and £3.70 stakes would return £100. And our sixth selection would be Lucky Question, and Lucky Question, let's have a look, is right down here, but the price isn't. 5.7, that's trading. So before we do the amount on that, we have staked £40.89, leaves £9.11. So that will be our maximum stake on that one. And that will be £50 we've staked. And our sixth selection, Lucky Question, will require £9.11 stake and 5.7 SP. That will give us a return of £51.92. So that will get our money back. And we have 5 selections running for us: Nazra, Games of War, Honky Tonk Angel, Clever Currency, and Enquire Within. One of those 5 would return £100. Now we're going to move into the third race at Dundalk. This is the 6 o'clock. And just like in the UK there, we have plenty of these races here with horses that have never seen a racetrack. So that will be a race for us that will be a no bet, and that will be the 6 o'clock. So you've got that gap tonight with the 5:45, 6 o'clock and 6:15, those other 2 races we just done at Southall. So you've got quite a big gap if you need to do something tonight. So we're going back into Dundalk for the 6:30. And in the 6:30, well, I think you might have a bigger gap still. You might have a complete hour at this rate. We've got the next race there, which has got plenty of horses that haven't seen a race course as well. So that will be another no betting race at Dundalk tonight. That's the 6:30. Then we're going to move into the 7 o'clock. And the 7 o'clock, there's another one of these ones where 14 run, but they've got 3 in the betting from the reserve runners. So we'll look into this first. It's a little bit more complicated. So into the 7 o'clock here, we have got 2 reserves that we think could finish 5th and 6th. So they may well end up being some kind of bet, but we'll see whether Matchbook have got them in the betting for now. And our top selection here would be Roman Palace. So into the 7 o'clock, and Roman Palace. Let's have a look first. Yeah, they've still got all the reserves in the betting at the bottom. And Roman Palace at the moment, this is trading 8.6. So stakes of 11.63 would return £100. And Nibras Rainbow is our second in. And Nibras Rainbow is the favourite currently at 4.9. And stakes of £20.41 would return £100. And our third selection is Bungle in the Desert. And Bungle in the Desert, this is currently 5.9. And let's see how much stakes we've got first of all. Yep, that's fine. Bungle in the Desert is £16.95 stakes at 5.9. would return £100. And now that leaves us £1.01, and that will go onto our full selection, which is Adair Beauty. And Adair Beauty is quite a way down, and this is currently trading at 34, and this will be our last bet. So that leaves us now with the stakes of £50 complete. And Adair Beauty, we've only got £1.01 on this, but don't forget the price is quite big at 34, so we would return £34.34 if our full selection was to win. And our top selections, we have Roman Palace, Nibras Rainbow and Bungle in the Desert. If one of those three were to win, it would be a return of £100. Then we're going to move into the 7:30 here at Dundalk. And this is yet another one of those races with 14 runners but 3 reserves that haven't been taken out as yet. So let's go on to here. I don't really give these anywhere anyway, so that's okay. Our top selection here would be Cousin Shay for the 7:30. So we'll go into Matchbook. And Cousin Shay is trading currently at 16. Stakes of £6.25 would return £100. Then we've got Suit Yourself Boss. And Suit Yourself Boss, that's currently at the top of the market at 6.2. And stakes of £16.13 would return £100. Our third selection is Zahi. And Zahi, that's currently at 6.8. And stakes of £14.71 would return £100. And our fourth selection is Zero Fighter. And Zero Fighter, yeah, that's currently 14.5, and that would require £6.90 to return £100. And our 4 selections so far leave us £6 and 2p in the kitty. Our 5th selection is Blue Wood. And Blue Wood, that's another one there, 5.9, but we know we're not going to have to afford that. So the money we had left was £6 and 2p. This will go on to that selection, and that would be the total £50 stake. So back into Blue Wood, we have £6 and 2p stake times the 5.9 SP. That would give us a return of £35.51 if Blue Wood was to win. So yes, £15 loss, but we've got 4 selections running for us: Cousin Shay, Suit Yourself Boss, Zahi and Zero Fighter. Then we're going to move into the 8 o'clock race, which is the penultimate at Dundalk this evening. And we have 10 go to post for this one. But again, if you look down the bottom, we have horses that have never run before. So this is going to be another no betting race at Dundalk. And that will just leave us now for the finale, the 8:30. And there's 13 that go to post in the last here. So there must be one of these non-runners that will definitely run, but Grace Solution is the non-runner in this. So let's first of all take that one out. That was my 4th selection, Grace Solution, so I think that pretty much had chances. But I've given chances to 2 of these reserves here. So it's going to be interesting to see which reserve comes in. So our top selection is Golden Sandbanks in the last. So let's just move that into the last race. And Golden Sandbanks, that's currently trading at 4.7. So stakes of £21.28 would return us £100. Then I've got the first of the reserve runners, which is Anjar. So let's see if they've still got these down the bottom. And it looks like to me that they've got 2 reserves at the bottom, and Anjar will be the first one that's running. And at the moment, that is currently trading at 8.8. Stakes of £11.36 would return £100. And my third selection is another one of those reserves, which is Brave Thought. So you could have totally different horses in this last race tonight. And Brave Thought is currently trading at 9.6. And stakes there of £10.42 would return £100. That leaves us with £6.94. And our fourth selection is Believe in Science. And Believe in Science, this is currently trading at 6.6. So that will be our last horse for this race. And that stake would be £6.94. So we'll just take all the other horses out. And that will be our total stake there of £50. So Believe in Science, £6.94 stake. We'll times that by 6.6 on the SP. Would return us £45.80, so only a £5 loss there for the fourth selection. And the top 3 at the moment, which is possible to change, we've got Golden Sandbanks, Anjar, and Brave Thought. One of those 3 would return £100. So we're going to do a quick recap at Dundalk. And in the 5 o'clock, the first race, we've got Not for a Long Time and Mickdard. One of those 2 would return £100, and Gobi Star would be the lesser amount. Into the 5:30, we got 5 running for us: Nazra, Games of War, Honky Tonk Angel, Clever Currency, Inquire Within, and Lucky Question would be the lower amount. There'll be no bet in the 6 o'clock. There'll be no bet in the 6:30. Then the 7 o'clock, we got 3 running for us: Roman Palace, Nibras Rainbow, Bungle in the Desert. One of those 3 would return £100, and Adair Beauty would be the lesser amount. Then into the 7:30, we got 4 running for us: Cousin Shay, Suit Yourself Boss, Zahi, and Zero Fighter. And Blue Wood, and those 4 there would return £100, one of those. And Blue Wood would be the lesser amount. Then there will be no bet in the 8 o'clock. And the final race of the evening, the 8:30 at Dundalk. 3 here we've got Golden Sandbanks, Anjar, one of the reserves, Brave Thought, one of the reserves. One of those 3 would return £100, and Believe in Science would be the lesser amount. So that's everything done at Dundalk. We'll be back tonight with the results show. I've also uploaded today the meetings at Taunton, Newcastle and Southall already, so you can get stuck into them. And this is the last one at Dundalk, so happy punting.